Okay, hello CNFT Tools World. It's MangoBush here with an AMA
How do I
tonight
record?
with those AMA. You've probably seen the Charles Hoskinson's caricatures that have been out. They've been doing really successful on CNFT Tools, and I'm delighted tonight to have the team from those AMAs to tell us about their project. It's if you've been on their Twitter account or if you've been on their website, there's tons of information there, fully doc steam with loads of media about what they do, and it's a fascinating story. And I said, just a really good bunch of people that I'm looking forward to speaking to tonight. So I believe we've got Louis with us tonight, and we've got the machinist, we've got FA from the team, and Quisha Cabane. So Louis, if I can invite you on to just introduce yourself and give us a little bit of a rundown of what you guys do.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me. I'm Louis. My real name is Lucas, and I'm the creator, the founder of those AMAs, and we're doing quite a lot, MangoBush. And thanks for having us on the show, man. This means a lot. We are super stoked to be here, and we look forward to many more of these in the future.
Yeah, for sure. So who else have we got on tonight? We've got machinist as well joining us.
Yeah, machinist is he is the diamond spearhead of this project with the new marketing arm, huh? The podcast. Machinist, welcome up.
Hey, thanks guys. It's so awesome to be here. CNFT.tools. This is so cool. So my name's Ken.
Yeah, we're losing you.
Yeah,
Ken.
you're rubbing yourself there, Ken.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
It can happen though sometimes. Depends if he's coming in from his phone or
he might. Yeah, he might be still on the way home. So we'll wait till he gets home, and we'll bring him back up for that introduction.
Awesome. And then we've got your Queen Keisha Cabane as well. Who's that then, Louis?
She is a brilliant mind, and she's a consultant really on the legal side, really to help us moving forward to make sure that everything is all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. As you know, we just turned everything to LLC and S corp. It's all
to be
all
here. We're
yeah, and so that's Quisha. Let's see if let me just unmute. Let's see. Let's see if she's here. Can you unmute her?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what a following you've got tonight. And this AMA is packed. So you've clearly got a devoted fan group as well. So it's an absolute pleasure to see you all here tonight. Quisha Cabane, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and well, my dear.
I want to start off by giving a special shout out to all my Tama Diamond hands. And you are right. Our community is so freaking strong. We say jump, and they ask, do they have to come back down from the moon? That's the kind of community we're working with here.
Yeah, I can see that community loud and strong here. We've got a full AMA. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating later on to talk about that legal side, because I think that's kind of an area that a lot of projects and devs don't know, and I think explaining that legal side also gives shows how serious you guys are about getting this right.
Yeah, it just evolved into. To be honest, we're still kind of trying to figure out what it is. But in my life, I have many businesses, and to be successful, they all need to be completely legal, taxes, everything paid, and so this is turning into a business that will be yielding money. Profits will come, and so it needed to be filed as a business. And with my name under it, and so that is a big part of this moving forward. Anything that makes money legally. It needs to have all the documentation and everything that is behind that. And so, that is why we have, put a team member on here that specializes in that area.
Awesome.
In the state that everything was launched in, so it's really good. It makes me feel better, because I want to protect myself. I want to protect the investors, the holders, the community, and then and then with the podcast, we're trying to protect the entire community, with this these epidemic rug pulls that are taking place.
Yeah, totally. So, if you one of you guys going to be sharing your screen tonight then to show us, because for those of you, a lot of people here obviously know who you are and they've come to see you guys. But for those those who have probably seen your projects, rise in price quite heavily over the weeks, haven't they? Since you've launched. Do you want to show us what those the AMAs are? Describe then where the idea came from and what the art is and.
Give me a second to make sure I'm not showing anything.
Before the start, also, can you again give permission to talk machinist? He lost the connection then. I think he lost his permission.
I'll do that now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then also, really quick, we're going to be giving $200 in ADA away to somebody in the server, and MangoBush, I will leave that up to you to who wins. They will need to be wearing one of the PFPs that you see in here. So somebody at the end, if you got a PFP on, we're going to leave it up to MangoBush, and he will choose who will win 200 in ADA.
That's awesome. So I'm taking these little colourful ones out, haven't they, with the the cannabis leaves in there.
That's right.
Nice idea. So, I like that. Cool.
So give me 1 second. I'm still just making sure I'm not going to be sharing anything private.
Whilst you figure that out, we'll invite Machinist on then. Hopefully the
there you go.
Better. Machinist, are you about?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I don't know what happened. I was out walking the dog, and I think I lost service for a second.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear now, though, buddy.
Yeah, we got you.
So you're
beautiful.
You're the podcaster, right?
Yes, well, I have a background, and my family has a sound business. So I grew up doing sound for the likes of, we've done B.B. King, Jethro Tull, Gin Blossoms, Nori, Cameron, MOP. The list is ridiculous. There's actually some pictures of all the backstage passes in our Discord, but I'd never done a podcast before. And, started this just to help people do good research, because there's so many projects out there that nobody can honestly, no one has the time to do the amount of research that they'd like to do. If you're working a job, it's a full-time job just to research all the projects out there. So I started that, and then, Louis saw it. I was those AMA's investor and said, this is a great idea. I love what you're doing, and let's make this something where your voice can really be heard. And, that's kind of where When Mint by those AMAs came from. And it's a blessing, and it's a ton of fun. We actually have an interview airing tonight with Danielle Weber. So,
Yeah, dropped out again there, buddy. Not to worry, I think Machinist has gone there again. Louis, are you still there?
A safe place. Imagine if we could make this space somewhere where you could ape into any project and know to the bottom of your soul that it's a safe investment, that they're not going to run with your money. And that's our goal. We want to do, our little part to try to help make that a reality. And I think we can.
And just to add into that real quick, apologize for the interruption.
Go for it, bud.
We have updated the Google form that you fill out, and to come on the show, we need your name, we need some personal information, and the whole thing. These are just audio interviews for now, but they're actually recorded. And in the case of somebody that does rug pull, we will turn over everything to the authorities. Now, we're not trying to be rats or snitches here, but the thing is the last thing that we want to do is bring somebody on our podcast and help pump their project, and then they run with everybody's money. And so that was just another thing, something that we added into that to help so people, they see that form and then maybe they say, never mind. So, that's just another, something we added in recently to just ensure that to help, because anything we say, a lot of our members go and do. And, we don't want our members doing it. We don't want anybody doing it. We don't want anyone in the community, taking our advice and then, losing their money.
Yeah.
So, that's what we did with that.
No, I hear. We've all got that responsibility here in the community. And here at CNFT Tools, we've got hundreds of projects coming through us that we're given a platform for to do that in the spaces. And we're a trusted service within the CNFT Tools, CNFT
Absolutely.
industry. And it's we've all got us these pillars of the CNFT world to make sure that we're working with projects that have got integrity. And of course, things can happen to good projects. No one's, I don't believe that any project, or very, very few projects, actually set off with the intention of rugging. There are obviously people,
Correct.
people out there. But circumstances happen.
You're right. I saw that, as a creator, I could see them spending a bunch of marketing money and then they launch and then they only, they don't even make their marketing money back. And now they don't have any more money to continue. And so you're right. I think some of them are not on purpose. It's accidental. And so, and what can you do about that? And so what, we thought about that. And I think that the larger that we get, even if, they don't have a lot, but they are good, it's possible that we can help launch these projects so they do sell out, so they do get their marketing money back, and then they have money to do what they said. Yeah. So that would be like another thing that will help this. We will be able to help launch projects. And that's one of the things with AMAs too, is we want to bring everybody's project up. This is not we're the best. This is we need this whole space to elevate. We need creators of good projects talking to each other and reaching out to help all the other projects rather than staying compartmentalized in their own little spaces. We cannot treat other projects like what's going on with Ethereum and Cardano. This is not good. We need both of them to survive. We need so we need all the top projects to communicate and help each other. And that's something that we think we will be able to bridge that gap. Once this podcast gets to a certain level, we will be able to start preaching that positivity. And I think that we will be able to shape this community slightly with the power of a super podcast like we're in.
For some of her drops, some of them actually went towards surgeries that she needed. And she's the kindest soul. She doesn't like pity parties. The whole time I spoke to her, even before and after the interview, she's just this bubbly, wonderful person. And, the opportunity to try to get projects like that heard and to get projects like that, invested into is, that right there is such a huge payback. It really is amazing to try to help some of these small projects, because there really are a lot of diamonds in the rough out there that are just overlooked, because no matter how beautiful a voice is, it can be drowned out in too much noise.
And one of those projects is those AMAs. We have been here from the beginning, and we got called a red flag a lot of times from a lot of people, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. We're a smaller project. Not everybody knew who I was. And I've never launched one of these things before. I didn't know what the correct thing to do was, or I didn't know the Twitter needed to match. None of this stuff we knew. So we're trying to figure it out on the way. But so we are one of those small projects. But the fact is not for long. We've got a lot going on, and when I look through the space, we have a lot more going on than a lot of the projects out there. And so I think we have a super bright future as long as we maintain the course and do the right thing and stay positive and build these relationships along the way. And we will be up there with the top projects in no time.
It's good to hear
That's
that
what we
ambition.
aim to do.
It's look,
Yeah.
everything is. We've touched on this before. It's about reputation, but it's about integrity and it's about honesty. I mean, you have to. So many projects out there are making it, not making it up as they go along, but it's a creative process because we all start this as entrepreneurs, not knowing where it's going to lead us, and when it starts to take a little bit of success and when it starts to grow, that's what then gives us the initiative to move on from there. And so,
But it's on top. Now you told me about the key. Say the 2% ain't a big deal. You know what I mean? You said 2% is not a big deal.
I think we lost you there, MangoBush.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, what was touching on there was that it's fine to not know where you're going. What's important is being honest with the community, and
Right.
because we're all creatives, we're all investing in this, we're all entrepreneurs. CNFT space is just a year old. Space, but turned at one just last month. So it's that integrity and it's that honesty, just to say, look, we're learning, but we're positive, and using any influence that you get to give people a platform and helping people. That's where reputation is built through that way. So you're saying the right things, and you mentioned concerns about red flags and things, but you can see that on your website you've gone over and above to kind of show people who you are as well. And I think that's how you built your community quite clearly. Was that a conscious effort then to try and yeah.
It was, when we launched it, you know, so I used to mint every single project in Ethereum and Cardano in the beginning, and boy, a lot of money came from that, and then all these rugs started happening. So when we launched it, there was nobody else showing their face. And so I went live. I mean, we went live 2-3 times a day for 3 months across all platforms. Just and here I am. This is me. Like I've got so many business. I mean, honestly, I don't even know. I would have to talk to my book lady. And so my name is everywhere. And and the goal was to make this a business. So I'm gonna put my name behind it. I had no intentions ever of leaving. Of course, my intentions were different, like what I was planning for this, but everything happens for a reason. So we didn't sell out, not even close. Sunday Swap launched like 5 days prior to our mint, and that just slowed everything down. And so we launched anyway. I think we only minted out like 10%. It says 20, but I did a 1-for-1 airdrop. So really, we really only sold like 10%, and even less because I minted 300 for giveaways and communities and contests and whatnot. So even less than that. But what came from that? See, everything happens for a reason. So now I had to reevaluate. Okay, so why did that happen? Well, it happened because now I'm the goal here is to just start injecting these revenue streams, which the first one will be coming here at the end of May. From businesses that I have started building, investments of my own that I am, okay, let's give it to the community. I have enough. I am very blessed for early investments with Cardano. I have humongous bags. I got into competitions with friends of mine. Who can buy the most? It was pennies. And then that really turned out to something big. And so I have just catapulted and snowballed from there. And so I don't need all that I have and what's coming in. And so, I'm taking some investments and putting them into the community wallets. And that is where the character comes in, because how do you know that I'm going to do the right thing, right? How do you know that, here's the community wallet, but I'm the only one with the password. So, it does come down to a character thing. And then you would find that answer in our Discord and with the friends and allies that we have made. They see what I do. I say something, I do it. And I think that comes from Charles himself. Let's tell him what we're going to do. Let's do it, and let's show him what we did. And so that's like a motto that I've kind of picked up and tried to do. And I mean, I've pulled money out of my own pocket and dropped it on these guys a couple weeks ago. 20,000 just because it's been 4 months and you know, everything takes time. And so I just need to show everybody I'm serious here. You know, we really are doing this. And so you know, that where that comes into play. And so, you know, everybody can be assured that, you know, I really am here to build something crazy and, you know, and bring everybody along with us. You know, how many people can we help along the way? That's like a, you know, a goal. Education, you know, how many people can we help with financially, and how many people can we help with you know, educating them into the new space, because the amount of people that are going to be showing up here you know, in the next couple of years is going to be wild. That education pillar is never going to end. And so, you know, these are all main goals of what we're trying to do here.
No, I agree with that. There is a lack of quality education that's out there in Cardano in terms of the NFT
100%.
space. Anybody that's
Yeah.
made any money has started off by losing money. It's like in the professional world, you know, how many successful people have been bankrupt. And I remember when
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I first started, I was almost bailed out. Well, I was almost, you know, flattened, because you get in, you listen to influencers who you know, you trust them, don't you, a lot of the time, and you then find out that, you know, they're just endorsing something because they're profiting from it. It's not because the project's particularly strong and out there. So it is building that trust. And I think what you said about the community wallet, obviously I'm part of a DAO, and we are working towards this multi-signature wallet, which will be community owned. One of the big challenges we've got is proving that we're a DAO, and we'll only really will be a DAO when this multi-sig happens. Now it's happening soon. Whereas you're kind of doing the opposite of that, where you're saying, well, it's I assume that you're not going down the multi-sig. It's just, no, I've got the keys, but you trust in me, and that's what the character of that's what the belief behind this project is. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's right as of up to now. But, you know, as you just stated, I never thought about that. And I would have no problem putting a multi-sig with all my my team members. And some of them I've never met in real life, you know. So, I mean, you know, the community wallet is, you know, for the community, and, you know, it's for the future. The thing is, you know, this those AMAs is and so we have a DAO coming into the future that will ultimately pay. And like you said, you know, I haven't made any money here. There's no money that I have made. Like where we need to spend it. You know, we have a lot of metaverse land, which is going to cost money to build out, you know, and so, you know, and so the sustainability of this project is, you know, the success of it is, needs to be on its own. It needs to make its own money, you know, so that it's easier to go. Because if someone didn't have a bunch of money, there's no way they're going to be able to continue. So that, I think that's a kind of a hint for other creators as well, is, you know, like you need to build something that makes money, so then you can take that money and keep putting into the project. Otherwise you're gonna spend all your money, and then what happens when it's gone? You know, then what do you do? So you really, it's this, you know, it takes some thought here to try and figure this out, you know. And like I said, I've never done it before, so it's all, you know, we're learning as we go. I'm just you know, I've done a lot of real world businesses, and so that's what I know how to do. And so that's why this project is a little bit different, is you know, I'm just trying to launch real businesses, and then we will take a percentage of profit that come from these and pay the holders. And the first milestone is $100 per TAMA. So to put that in perspective, that's $400,000 a month going to the holders. And that sounds crazy, but, you know, I'm the one looking at the projections in the books of what's on the way. And it's really not. You know, we have a lot of stuff in the works, and we haven't stopped since we started. And like I said, nobody knows too much because we are still just a small project. But the positive on that is, because we're a small project, this is feasible. If we had 10,000 holders, if we would have sold out, 9,423 of them, pi times 3, it would be impossible. That would be 1.2 million. I mean, still possible, but a lot more work. And so it all happened for a reason. We have a small community, a tight community, a small amount of holders, and which makes it easier to that those revenue streams will add up to more money because there's a lesser amount. So we really have an opportunity here to do something pretty wild, and I think we're going to get there pretty soon here.
Yeah, I hear the enthusiasm coming through. So it's fascinating, and I think growing that community, it means you've got to speak to more people, do more things like this, because you're much more than just a PFP project that's out there. And it's
Oh yeah.
attention span of all of us in this space. We're just looking at numbers that are going up. Projects that are mooning. We had that with the DAO where when we minted, people saw that the token was mooning, and everybody aped in, and then only afterwards they realized, no, you've bought into a DAO. This is a long-term project behind that, and that causes quite a lot of conflict, because what's happened to the price of NFT? Well, it's not about the NFT, it's about the DAO, and it's about the rat token, the tokenomics behind it as well. And so it's a project of education, it's a project of working with the community a lot more to kind of say, well, this is where it's going, this is a long-term project, these are the benefits long-term. And that can only be done through sharing stories and helping each other out within there. But if we do focus on the NFT, then go for it.
So I was gonna say, let me tell you about it. And just real quick, I think I will put this on the record. I wanted to ask you something really quick about that DAO. So now, do you have every single community member on that multi-sig wallet? Or is it just like a board member, like some of your top people, 10 people? How do you do that?
So we've got 10,000 members, 10,000 NFTs sold, and that's like one big council. It's one big governance system, and we're currently advertising, or the application's out to become a multi-key holder, where you can be one of those key holders, and so the community will then vote on who they want to do it. And then we'll also have applications for people who are going to be purchasing the NFTs. So once the funds are released from the multi-sig wallet by the 8, 9, 10 key holders, the money will then go to a trusted sniper who will then make the purchase on behalf of the DAO. So it's elected members who become the key holders.
Okay. Yeah, man, MangoBush, that just gave me goosebumps. So that will just like officially put it in stone. So I hope you don't mind if I copy that, but I will definitely look into that, because that will just add to it as well. I mean, like, that's a real thing. That's the community's wallet. It's like, if the stuff goes up, we're gonna use it in the community. I don't need it. I mean, that could somebody. I mean, I could lose it. I mean, that's the terrible thing to say. I don't need that. That's not for me. I could care less what's in there. That really is the community's wallet. So, I definitely should, we could put a vote, and we could elect, 10 people, and we could all give them keys, and everybody has to sign for even one thing to get pulled out. I think it's an awesome idea. And I think
great idea.
I mean, for sure. And just like listening to you say that, after this AMA is over, I will head over and grab some of those tokens. I mean, that's the type of projects that I like to be involved in. So my tips to you. That's really cool, and I think that's an awesome idea. But anyway, so our the NFTs that we have is it's those AMAs, and that came from back in the day when Charles was I've been following Cardano since 2017, and back when it was super cheap, and I was looking to get into something, and I found Charles on those AMAs, and I just fell in love with it. I love the guy. He's funny. He's a normal person. He gets angry. He has emotion. He tells the truth, even if it's not good news. He's never trying to pump his own stuff, and so I really like that. And so that is where this came from. My investment in that has made it able for me to change my entire life around, make a safer place for my daughter. I wasn't in the safest place always. I had a lot different life, and so And so, that is where it comes from. And that's why I launched it on Cardano. I've been in Ethereum and Solana a long time, made a lot of money in there, and so, but when I launched my own project, I wanted to do it on Cardano to give back to the community that basically gave me so much, and so that's why these are called those AMAs. This truly is a tribute to Charles, and so that's just another thing. Like I'm trying to build something that makes a difference. Just like he says, and so another reason that's why like I have to do the right thing, because of the tribute. This really is for them, and so that's why these are him. So if you look at the artwork, if you are a Cardano, Maxi or someone that's been here for the while, there's so many traits in here and attributes that come straight out of those AMAs. Stories that he's told, jokes, everything. People come on and they're like Win Burn, and he loses it, and he tells them they're the paint chip brigade, right? So there's just so much in the artwork that many people don't even know. There's even stuff that nobody has found yet. Little tiny things, initials that no one's found. One time Charles got into an argument with Mike Novogratz, that billionaire, and just smoked him on Twitter. And so go ahead and look in the pipe. It looks like he's smoking a pipe. It looks like a red cherry. If you zoom in, that's actually MN. It's an M letter and an N letter. So that's those are just little things that are in the artwork. We also have seed phrase wallet drop, and so there's 4 seed phrases hid within the. Let's mute.
Who's falling down the stairs?
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, and sorry, so we got their seed phrases hidden within the artwork. We do the seed phrase wallet drop, so that's in the artwork. You got to find the seed phrase, restore it into a wallet, and now we all share the same wallet. And so every now and then I'll hit an announcement, seed phrase wallet drop, and I'll drop an NFT. We have a Soul wallet, a MetaMask wallet, so a Phantom, MetaMask, Giro, and Nami, and I'll say seed phrase wallet drop. I'll drop an NFT or some Ethereum or a Solana NFT or something, and whoever can get in there and send it to their own wallet first wins. So that's also built into the artwork, and which, by the way, nobody has ever done that before, and it turned out to be really fun because when you send it there, there's no ADA in there for the transaction fee, or Ethereum. There's no sum, so then someone else has to try to send in the transaction fee, and it becomes a lot of fun.
It's like
you get
royale.
people just trying to, it's really cool, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, we've already dropped like 80 of those, into the seed phrase wallet drop, the seed phrase wars. So that is another thing, and then because of Charles and everything's open source and stuff, that is why some of the backgrounds have some of the coded upgrades. Some of those codes are from the hard forks. Then we have the node code, and so and then the other.
Okay. Just keep dropping out there. I think it's because we've got so many people in this CMA. Sometimes my connection is dropping. Try not to be too loud.
Really comes, we have the whiteboard from Charles, the famous whiteboard video from 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So the whiteboard background, that is actually just a picture of the background. That's Charles's handwriting in the back of those. We created that and put those into the collection special. that's Charles's handwriting from 5 years ago, and there's two different variations of it. So and then of course we did take some other stuff, just like every project from everywhere else.
You've got to do that because
But
as a community, we're crying out for things that we recognise and familiar with. We're looking for
that's
things
right.
that were successful previous. They're the markers. Those traits that are in every project. They're the familiarity markers of success that we all need, and without them, we feel a bit lost. So they're comforting, but they're also necessary. So I don't think there's any apologies needed there for inspiration from projects, because I think it's a homage, and I think it pays respect as much as it plagiars.
Right, you're right. You're totally right. And so we tried to, make as many things, from those AMAs as we could. The rat crown, and the rat necklace. That's because Charles's stake pool is called King of the Rats.
Well,
So these are
just a
where the
familiar
rats
fact. I'm
come
not shilling
from.
Ratstow here, but that's why we're Ratstow, because he's king of the rats. So we created the rat
Ah,
off the
yeah,
back of that.
yeah.
So it's our own special homage to Charles itself there. So nice. You're a fanboy if you know that.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna send you one NFT with the rat necklace.
Wow.
So because that goes with the rat Dow, which reminds me, by the way, I forgot to mention. So we're giving 200 ADA away to someone in here at the end of the show, and also Randall from Elysium Titans is going to give away one of those AMAs NFTs as well. And so if you could do the honors of picking two winners, one for those AMAs NFT and one for 200 ADA at the end of this.
Yeah, I
But that just
appreciate that. I
reminded me.
appreciate that, and thank you very much for the rat NFT. I do appreciate that. Thank
Can
you
you
very
guys hear
much.
Yeah,
me?
yeah, no worries. Yeah, we got you, Funky.
Yep,
What's
we
going on?
got you.
Yeah, okay. So also the Elysium Titan founder will give one those AMAs NFT who wears that common profile picture. So
All
that
right. You
makes
gotta
like
have the picture on.
200 ADA and 2 NFT.
Two NFTs, so three winners today, and
Yep.
Mango will choose that.
Yeah.
So then so that was the them and the robots, and Ben Gortzel was staying at the hotel I was at, so I met him, got pictures, shook his hand, and so you got the Ben Gortzel hat on there, that he always wears. And just there's just so much on here. I mean, I'm just rolling through here. Like the classy Ferguson hat, we changed the design a little bit and the name, but that came from an AMA. Charles wears this hat. It's actually, now you can still see him wearing it, and the hat is looking pretty ragged. But he made a joke once where he bought this hat for $60,000, and they gave him a tractor. That's because the company is called Massey Ferguson, a tractor company. Because he lives out there. Some of the one of ones. Charles is a buffalo farmer, so we got the buffalo. Charles, and the Daedalus Charles, and then we got the Hydra Charles coming up. We got the robot roadmap Charles, and that's all the hard forks that have happened and that are still to come.
Did you get the helicopter in the Apache helicopter?
No, that came at that. We were already done with it when it came. Otherwise, that would have been. I thought about it when I saw it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And really, I could have just made like one of those helicopter hats, but made it look like a helicopter. I thought about that for sure.
Yeah, Lucas,
and then like the. Yeah, go ahead.
I've just got to admit, it's really fun listening to you. Really, the ideas that are coming out of the project, the giveaways that you're doing, the seed phrase things. You can tell there's a team there that are really thinking of ideas that can disrupt the space and make people stand up and listen. So I love that enthusiasm, and just keep that going, honestly.
Yeah, man. And so and then the one thing I really like is the ghost chain, the big necklace with the ghost chain. And that's because everyone says Cardano's a ghost chain, I really like that one. And there's other things that even a lot of our members don't know that haven't been let out yet that I have in a wallet. I have there's actually 3 collections in this collection, and the ones that everybody's buying now is the one collection. Now there's 2 more collections within this collection that they're all exactly identical, except for one of them has just the mouth is different. So these ones are different, and these will come out here shortly. There hasn't been anything about it yet because there's just so much going on, but just to put that out there. And that's just all in the artwork. The toxic ETH gas. I mean, I made this one because during the process of the art, I got into this other thing, and I figured out that last year I spent $58,000 in fees on Ethereum. And so I was like, wow, and so that's where the toxic ETH gas mask came from. The brain scanner thing, of Charles on his Twitter, he put that thing on and it's scanning his brain or something. And so, so everything is, comes from those AMAs. And that is why the name of this is those AMAs. And then we got the mushroom man, and the mushrooms, because Charles grows mushrooms out there. Everything here is about him, and so it's I'm pretty proud of it. And then we have the mics, the silver mic, the gold mic, the flaming mic, because because of those AMAs, he's on the mic and he's talking, and sometimes it's fire, and sometimes it's not. And so that's the different levels of AMAs that I've heard from him. That was what came from that. Some of them were good, some of them were really good, some of them were amazing, and so that's kind of where that came from, and there's probably much more. The teeth, the teeth, those are the colors of the flag from the first country that signed up with Cardano as a financial operating system, Ethiopia. And there's just so much more. We have an Ethiopian Sikh necklace, an Ethiopian hoodie. This all comes from that first huge signing of a country, which now I believe they're up to like 7 countries now. So these analysts for countries know something. There's a lot of chains out there other than Cardano, but they are all signing up with Cardano, which tells me there's a lot more going on that we don't really know about. And so I'm all in with them. I think that I'm following Charles. That's what I'm telling you.
I think we're all following Charles.
But
Yes, if we're here, it's because we're following.
That's right.
For real.
That's right. So that's the artwork. We started off. I was going to start it with 3,141 pieces, the first 4 digits of pi, and then we said, you know what? Let's take it up farther to 3,141 times 3, and that took us out to 9,423. And so then that didn't sell. So here we are with we sold 4,015 total. But it turns out that this is the way that we make it. With a huger sellout and way more holders, it would just be. Way more tamas to pay. It would just be. It would almost be impossible to do what I'm trying to do with that many more on the market. So I'm actually very happy with the way things turned out. And I think that everything is going to be real good, real quick. So, that's the artwork that has brought us this far. And we just did like 25,000 in volume in the last week or something. So that was pretty cool. But if you had any other questions.
Yeah, tell me about the artist, because from watching one of the videos on your website, I noticed the artist was on I saw in front of the flash car. Was spending some time with him. How did you meet the artist?
So I this is how powerful the law of attraction is everybody in my life comes to me at the time that I need them. So I went to Laramie for the Cardano conference, and I talked to all kind of people, and they're like, why don't you have your own project? I met this kid. He was just turning 19. He's like, I've already launched 2. And I was like, for real? And he kind of like talked me through things and this and that. So I came home that night, and I didn't even sleep that night. I didn't even sleep one wink. I was up. I penciled the whole thing together. I said, all right, I'm doing it. Let's do it. And so then I penciled all in. I said, okay, well, now I need an artist. And so I made some calls. I met Harold, who's in a few videos of us. Harold is a super professional videographer. He puts together music videos for Christian music artists. He's a very into the church and into religion, and he's a really good guy. And so he does that, and so he makes a lot of art and advertisements for companies in churches and this and that. And he has a friend that lives in Colombia, David. And so David is an artist like you wouldn't believe. I bought David the best computer. We bought him a chair, a desk, everything. And after he was done with this, and he speaks zero English. So this whole process, I was having to translate. I was having to type through the translator app what I want to say, then translate it to Spanish, and then send it to him. And then he would type me something, and he would translate it. If he finally started to translate to English, so I wasn't having to translate it. But then what happened was, it was then like I would look back up. He would ask me something, and then I didn't know what I said because now it's all translated into Spanish. So then I was having to translate it back to English to see what I even said. But anyway, David is an awesome artist. He lives in Colombia, and we were able to help him get into a safer place. It's not a very safe place down there, even for locals. So anyway, that's David. He's the one that created that he drew all these.
So how much did he know about Charles then and Cardano then before you met? So I imagine you were kind of guiding him on the traits. So you were telling him, I want this trait, this is it, and feeding him the whole time.
Oh, we were on the phone back and forth for 8 or 9 hours a day for, say, 2.5 months. Every single day. He wasn't even into crypto. He heard about it. He knew about it. Now he is, but he knew not a thing about it. He's just been an artist drawing. Drawing advertisements and videos for Harold, for Harold's business. And so yeah, it turned out really good. We were very happy with him, and and he will continue to be our artist.
I was going to say, he knows about it now, hasn't he? He's learned, and he's arrived. I mean, it must have been must have been a huge journey to then, because you've obviously know so much about Charles and the AMAs and all those traits, having to communicate that just must have been so much. So when did you begin with the project then, the idea? When did the artwork actually start?
So the artwork started about 2 weeks after I got back from Laramie, Wyoming, which I believe was September, August. I think it was August 25th. I can't remember the exact date, but it was about 2 weeks after, and it was actually about a week and a half. We did a first thing, and I was telling him what I wanted, and he came up with this thing, and it was pretty cool. I still have it, right? And I was like, okay, cool, right? I thought it was cool, but then I got on a call, and I had Harold there to translate. And I said, David, look, you are the artist, bro. You don't try to make this the way I tell you. You make this the way you know how to do it, and then I will help with the details, and take this away and add this, So then after that, then this shape came. It was a different shape. It was different, and I said I really like this, but it's not the quality that I want, and I think it's because you're trying to draw what you think I want, and so I want you to draw what you think looks cool. You're the artist, and then I will help you with the subtle details. And so that's how that. So we got like the first real sample of just like a body and I just said, just put some clothes on him, just dress it up so I can see. And that came probably about 2 weeks after I got back from the conference, and then it was just 2.5 months of attributes of me like looking and then sending him pictures. I want like this, but like this, and it was a lot, and he was a hard worker and never complained, and it was a lot of work, and that's why once it was done, he got paid his salary, and then when it was done, I bought him a real nice art board, you know, for artists,
Yeah.
and a nice chair and a desk, and he was ecstatic with that. And you know, his level of drawing is has gotten better because of that. He you know, you want to hear something crazy? Do you
Go
know
for it.
what these were drawn with? A mouse. He drew these with a mouse.
Sure.
You know,
Seriously.
so yeah, this was drawn with a mouse. I never knew that, and I never knew that for the longest time. And then once I found out was pretty much towards the end, and that's when I was like, oh man. So you know, we got him that board, and so now the level is much better, which everybody will see on the second collection.
Do you know what? I kind of like that. I like
It,
seeing the journey of the art. I like money being, once money invested and people practicing it more, because a lot of the people are making projects. We've got fiat jobs. We've got jobs in the real world because it's, you can't go into this for full time. We're not all able to do that. And so we're all practicing, we're all developing, we're all getting better. And I like seeing
right.
projects where that is developing and you're seeing, things go for, higher quality, more traits.
I mean,
Some
I
people
can't even sign my name with a mouse. You know, you get on those apps and they're like, you sign your name. You know, it looks like a child wrote it. You know,
Yeah.
I have no clue how he was able to do this.
Do you know
You
what?
know, I know that they.
That's got to be a first, I think, for NFTs that are out there. That's something to be proud of, I think, drawing it with a mouse. It just shows the earthiness and the rawness of who you've helped get, on board onto the NFTs and what they did to get that work, because, that they obviously wanted to prove themselves. Like, how long has he actually spent doing this, if he's made it with a mouse? That's impressive.
I mean, it's and that's why, like, you know, like there's things that I see, you know, looking, even now I'm looking through, I see little tiny flaws, you know, but now thinking back that, and also thinking back, you know, like I need to have things done the way that I feel, you know, and he never once ever complained. He just did it. And I didn't realize he was doing it with the mouse. Even now, like looking at some of the art, I see things that I would have had him change about, you know, and but now, like thinking, well, he did, you know, he's zooming way in, you know, when they draw these, you go way in. You know, I've got some videos I could post of him doing it live, and it's
You should
yeah,
do it,
you're
man.
right.
You should
It's
do it
really
because I like this kind of stuff. I like the rawness. I like the fact that you picked up a guy in Colombia and you've changed his life, and the stories that
big
he's
time.
gonna, the people that he's telling within his community. Because it's hard enough for us in the Western world and developed world trying to tell our kids. I mean, what does your daughter think of you? What Daddy's doing on the internet with these pictures?
Right. She points and picks, and you know,
Yeah,
and I buy.
yeah. I've got two young kids, and it's they're, how do you explain this world to anybody? So you think about a guy
Yeah.
in a raw artist, digital artist in Colombia, how he's feeling. So I like that. You should put that content out there of the guy drawing. Well, we'll share that because it's a neat story, and I think
Yeah.
that rusticness of the art, it just adds to the appeal and the charm of it. I've got to say.
You know, I gotta say, the one thing that like I was totally blown away for, let me find one here, is I call them right here. Here they are. These ones are called
Have you shared your screen?
the eyes are just called yeah, okay, how do I do that?
So you'll see at the bottom of your Discord, there's a little on your screen. There should be a little share screen icon there.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me just make sure I'm all good. Okay, yeah. So we will share that. Go live.
All right, and to the people watching, if you just press watch stream, you should be able to see Lucas's. So Lucas is Louis.
Yeah. So for instance, like this one here, right? You see these eyes here?
It's just loading up for us now.
What's that?
It's just loading up. It'll be there. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Right. So what we can see at the moment is your Discord.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta share more. I only shared the Discord. Hold on a second.
Should be another share screen that you can do. So change windows.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
You can see the JPEG store now. Everyone, if you click the Lucy stream, so you can see his screen and he can explain you.
Yeah. So like this one here, like if you look at these eyes, you know.
Yep.
And it was at this point, I have a video of him making these eyes. And these eyes have something like 260 layers each. So that means like he's doing. For those people that don't know how the artwork's done, is it's all layered. It's crazy. So he make like a line and a shadow and a thing, boom, and then it's a new picture, and that's a layer. So now he's got a blank screen, and he draws this other thing, and then it's another layer, and each one of these is like about 260 layers each eye. And I think he did one and then copied it over, but you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, it was pretty crazy to watch this go down, how it worked. I mean, just a complete artist. I have no clue, how these artists do some of the stuff. I think, this is the talent people are born with. Not everybody can, be an artist. Yeah, they're artists in their own way. I'm an artist in a different way, but not drawing. And
Yeah.
so, that's just like one thing. But the artwork is it is what it is. I was gonna take these and I was gonna put like on the bullets, I was gonna put like Ethereum sign and Solano sign and a bunch of all of the other chains on these bullets. So there's a lot of stuff that we didn't get to. There was just a lot going on. It's a lot to launch a project. It really is.
Yeah, man.
And mhm.
Look, on that launching a project, we've got lots of people in this room, and many of us dream of launching our own projects. And I remember I'm lucky enough at the moment to be doing that, and another work that goes into it. But what advice would you give to someone that's looking to start their own project, that's learnt a few development skills, has got an artist that wants to build a community? What advice would you give?
I would just the advice would be to make a plan and really if there is anybody in here that is planning on launching a project, I am open book. You can DM me. My DMs are not private. I answer every question. I will not click any links, so don't send me anything. But I will interact with you, and I would say that it costs more money than you think. That is like probably the main thing that I would warn people of, and that's because of even as we continue this direction. I mean, when I started this, there was something like 50, or no, there was like maybe like 40,000 projects on, or even less than that when I started. When we got onto JPG Store after right when we were minting, there was 40,000. So when I started the artwork, I don't even know, because I don't even think JPG Store was even open. It was only CNFT.io at the time. So from when I started that, until we minted, there was now 40,000 projects, and now there's like 200,000, like 190,000 projects. So it's getting harder and harder. And the other thing is everyone needs to realize is, none of these numbers you see, it's hard to know what's real. There's so much fake stuff out there, and so the most important part really is putting a good team together that's going to help you market this and get it out. And I think that's the most important thing. And what comes with marketing is, there's a lot of free marketing coming now, which we're now taking advantage of with these AMAs and like Twitter Spaces. But then there's also marketing that costs money, so you need to budget for that. And something else is if you make it a legitimate business, all of that is write-off. So if you are planning on launching one, you should look into the legal side of it and make it a business, because it is a write-off.
No, it's
And
interesting.
there's so much more. But it's like I said, I'm an open book. At the time, I would just say, just plan and just try to do the right thing. And and if you do that, then I think that you're going to be okay. Just try to do the right thing and know that it all comes back, and start to create relationships with people, because it's all of us that can help you bring your project up. You cannot do it alone. I think that would probably be the main thing I would say is, you do need help. You can't do it alone. You need the help of friends and allies and people in the space. And so, that would be something to start building relationships with people that will help you. And that's what we're trying to do with the podcast is we're trying to help. So,
Yeah.
if you're trying to start a project, I'm open. And once you get it open and you get it going, you come back to me and we will put you on the show, and we will help launch that project. That's the goal here, is to help all the projects that we can.
Lucas, I hear you, and I'm with you, brother, because I've enjoyed some success now being in this community, but it's always come from help. My first instinct is to help people and say yes to things and to help, because help is reciprocated. And I think in this community more than others, if you're willing to reach out and help people and not look for reward first or for compensation, but we've got a responsibility here to promote Cardano, to promote the CNFT space, and that should be at the forefront of everything that we want to do. Because if that happens and then the community grows, because it's seen as a welcoming space, an inclusive space, then that's when the profit comes. So we've got to lay that foundation by helping one another and looking out for one another as well. So you mentioned help. You mentioned that a number of times tonight. So that resonates with me. And again, hats off to you for that.
Yeah, it's really important. It's really important to help, and that falls in the education pillar. I mean, look, you look at any super successful company out there, all right, it's community driven, right, and there's a large education pillar. And so, if we can communicate with each other on a high level, educating everybody and each other in the space, then that is a super positive move. And that's why we need all of the top projects to band together rather than to compartmentalize and whatever it is that's taking place right now. It's not good for the space, and that is what we aim to change. Once we can get this up to a certain level, we will begin to preach super positive messages and stuff to all the projects, hoping to get them all to band together and help one another. That is when Cardano will be noticed on a huge level. As of right now, it's it's us or them, and it's really a terrible way to look at things. There is no I in team. Everybody's heard that, and you know what? Everybody here in Cardano, we're all on the same team.
Yeah, man.
And so, we all need to help each other. That is a fact. And that's important. And that's important to me.
WAGMI, we're all going to make it. We say that's $2 trillion worth of $2 trillion in crypto. There's enough of the pie for everybody here. We just got to make the space attractive enough, and we do that by welcoming people, by helping, by supporting, because we see how damaging FUD is. I read a thread by Bright Pals the other day, and you can see how much they're suffering. Whatever your thoughts are on the project, you can just see how damage it is to them, their mental state at the moment. What the feedback's been from the community. Whether that's deserved, well, it's never deserved. But they've turned off the comments. They're making statements, and I saw it with Luna's. That they rugged in a sense. They gave the project over the community, but they were suffering. And it's because it's difficult to take that constant barrage of disappointment, because people are over speculating, over investing in projects, and so they're holding those projects accountable. But it's often because they've over invested in the secondary markets at huge prices. They FOMO'd in, overexposed themselves, and then they're blaming the projects for it. And it's a heavy burden. It's a lonely burden for projects. And yeah, projects are making a lot of money. I get that, but it's not. Sometimes money doesn't offset a lot of the hatred that comes. And I think a lot of projects would be here today if there was more support shown to them rather than daggers thrown at them, because nothing kills creativity more than negativity or demands for utility, demands for answers straight away, because it puts it puts a creative block in front of you, or it can do for others. So it's everyone in this space has got responsibility, to hold people to account, but do it in a fair way and do it in a way that's supportive and constructive.
You're right, and I remember the day we minted. It was so exciting, right? And then the network was slow, and then we only minted 10 or 11%. I remember Lopez, my wife, she didn't know, she was scared, she didn't know what, and she's like, I don't know how you just got back on that live stream and just made it okay. And it's because, and look, coming on here and coming on to Twitter Spaces and this and that, it's easy for me to come on here and talk because I'm not lying about anything. This is all the truth, and so when you tell the truth, that energy resonates and people can hear that and people believe that, right? It's because that's an energy flowing in those sound waves that is different than if it's a lie. So I went on there the next day and I stay positive. Hey, fuck, it is what it is, guys. We can't help it. This is what happened. So we just got to keep going. And I was lucky enough to build an awesome community. Even though it was a smaller one, it was a fucking awesome community, and they have been here with me from the beginning. It makes me feel good. They believe in me, they trust in me, and so I am obligated to continue and follow through with everything that I say. I can't speak on other projects that are falling, but I can say that for sure, once the it starts to dip in price, it's discouraging. But for me, you know what, guys? I'll say it now. To be honest, it doesn't matter what the price of those tamas are. Even if those things go to $20 right now, I am still building, and the moment that the first revenue stream hits, those things are going to hit the roof. So I never really cared about that because of I knew what I was trying to do and what I was building. I never ever had a thought of leaving once. I will say, one time after we minted, I needed a break, and so I took my family up to Mount Shasta and rented this big house that was just crazy. And I turned my shit off for like 7 days, and people started thinking that I left, and that was just because, look, I've been working every single day since we started, every day, 2 or 3 live shows. I was going to have an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Okay. I needed to go away. And so, it is important that they, I think it's important that creators, crypto is a place of anonymousness, and people don't have to say who they are. But it is my belief that if you're going to build a business and take money from investors, I think that creators need to be doxxed. I think you need to know who they are. And so, projects that start to slip like that and nobody knows who they are, it's a spiral. And then people don't trust it. They don't even know who the people are. And in my real life, I don't invest in a company that I have lawyers that invest everything about these people before I get into it, and so I can't have my lawyers invest anything about these people. His name's Smacky. I don't know who he is. And so, it's just, I think that, and on top of that, I think all the numbers are fake. I doesn't even matter about numbers. Who's in the Discord? How many? I don't know. Who knows how many is in there? We never paid for any of that fake stuff, but we offered a lot of cash prizes. So, who knows how many counts people are making. I'm not in control of it. So, I think that sometimes creators, they lose, they don't understand that they might look at their Discord and say, wow, we've got 20,000 members. No, you don't. There's not enough people in the space yet for how many projects are launched. And that's a fact. So that should be something people remember too. There's not enough investors at this moment. There'll come a time where a lot more people come in, but right now there's more projects than there is investors almost, it seems, and so a lot of it's fake, and just be cautious, and that's why you really need to do your research on the projects, because nobody likes to lose money, and I feel bad for the people that do. And so, I try to help everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I've seen a lot of projects fall and slip, and then they run.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
So you say you've got other businesses and other areas. So what are those businesses then? Give example. You don't have to say exactly what they are, but just examples of businesses that you do.
So my family has a real estate company, a very large office out here, and so I've got a real successful commercial painting company. We've got 9 vans out right now. I mean, just this week, I think we've got like 3 commercial buildings getting done. We've got a Target going, and then all of the residential for the entire office. I have 4 contractors that work for me, 4 different companies. Now they're just percentage based. I take a percentage of everything I give them. But then over the years, every company that I was having to call to hire people, if I had to call a company 3 times, 4 times to hire them, then I start to realize this is a waste of money. And so I started launching companies. I've got landscaping companies, I've got 3 of those. I've got maid services. I've got window washing companies. I've got a tile company. I've got a concrete company, which I have 2 trucks. It's a smaller one, and only because I have an uncle who allowed me to do that, to be honest. And so, and that's just that sector. I also have a field, a humongous field that I grow Delta 8 in another state, and that's just another one.
What's Delta 8?
Delta 8 is a CBD marijuana.
Got you.
Yeah, and so, and actually, I just got into that last year. And the money that came was crazy. For putting some plants in the ground and putting water on them, and so next year we're gonna put 200,000 plants in the ground. Last year we did 50,000, and so next year we're gonna go 200,000, and 20% of that profit will go to the holders. That's just one stream, and this is legal business. This is not illegal by any means. This is all legal with the state. Actually, the feds came. Last year they came and I got the call, they were coming, and I was like, oh God. I wasn't there. I watched through the live feed, and
the cops coming
them,
trying to steal your crops.
That's right. They came in, they looked around, and everything's legitimate. I got all my everything, all that is all legit. I was the second biggest grower in the state. That's why they came.
Yeah.
And so next year I will be the largest by far, and so that's just another one. And then there's some other stuff that we won't go into, but I've got a lot, and so I started to try and treat. So okay, let me back up. So how I was able to be successful with all of these is because I'm opening businesses where there's a lot of, especially in this area. This is a very rich area, and there's a lot of people coming in, service providers. And so how I was able to make those successful is I pay my employees more than any other place will pay them. They're not going to be able to go get a job in that area and get paid more than I will pay them. And that's because, for what? Why do I need to pay them minimum wage? If I didn't have them, I'd be making 0. So I rather make something than 0 and have these people take ownership of that job and show up every day no matter what. And because they're making way more than they would ever make. And so that is a recipe for success. If you're opening business, don't be greedy, take less money and pay your employees better. This is
Bro, you know it. Everything in the world is about relationships, and if you've not got a relationship with your staff and you form that relationship by looking after them, they're not going to have a relationship with your customers, so you don't win. Relationships has got to be the key of absolutely everything, and you've got to understand that there's 100%. A value to that.
Yeah. And so because of that, that is how I said, all right, so I said, okay, guess what? The TAMA holders, okay, yeah, they're investors, but really I started looking at them as employees, and no disrespect to any of you holders. It's not anything like that, but I started looking at them as how I treated my real world businesses. And so what is the goal here? The goal is to pay my TAMA holders more passive income than any other project. And if I can accomplish that, those AMAs is going to be the top project. And I'm not saying the top by how much a TAMA sells for, because the TAMA is the artwork. The TAMA is the utility that is going to pay you the passive income. I don't, to be honest, I don't care how much they are. because I've never sold one, I'm not in here selling. None of my Tamas are for sale on the market. Feel free to check any of the wallets. That's up to you guys. I'm not in here selling anything. I could care less what they're worth, but what I care about is how much can I pay each Tama, right? How much will each holder get paid for holding one? And if I can make that happen, those AMAs will be a top project. And so, on the price side, I don't know what will happen, but if you're a top project, yeah, then the price might be up. But the minute that the first stream hits and the holders are paid, it then becomes only a smart business decision. How much do they cost? How much can I afford to buy? How long until I get my initial investment back? And then how much profit am I going to make each month? So then at that point, it's not a scratch ticket anymore, guys. It's an actual passive income play where you invest into something, and then it is my job to run these businesses on my side and take a percentage of it and pay you. And that's as simple as it is. So I started looking at it like that. And if I can pay my holders, those employees, that's how I was able to make the bridge from real world into here. I'm like, okay, I have to treat them like that. And that is when the idea sprung of, okay, this is how we have to do it now. So, we opened up the podcast. The podcast is going to be major with Ken, which his mic is fixed again. So feel free, Ken, to touch in here anytime you want. We're launching the podcast with on May 4th. We will have the podcast website and 2 NFT calendars. These ones will be CNFT calendars. These will go live on the 4th. We will have a beta phase where we will check for loopholes, this and that. And then maybe about a week after those are launched, then we have 12 more calendars coming. We are putting a calendar on every single chain. Not everyone, I'm not gonna say every, but the 12 ones that we picked, Sol, ETH, XTZ, Algo, Theta, Poly, and 12 of them, Chronos, all of them that we saw NFTs on.
Poly, TRX, I'm looking at it right now. Poly, XTC, Dot, Theta, Algo, Sol, every single chain we could think of that had NFTs, when mint will be there.
And it's all going to be WinMint, WinMintETH.com, WinMintSol.com. We've already bought the domains. So now, after these first 3 launch, we were just going to launch 3, and then I was like, no, there's no point. Let's go big. So then I said, I commissioned my dev. Let's do these 3. We'll launch the beta. We'll check for any errors or loopholes. These are all WordPress. These are not template websites. These are super professional, custom, high-level websites. There's not a single calendar in this entire space that is what this is. And so I said, let's do 12 more. So those will come right after that. And 20% of what these calendars bring in, plus one of the calendars, we will go 100%, will be paid for the holders. So the first payment will be at the end of May. And this is only going to go up from here. The bigger that we get, the more people that hit the website, the more valuable the calendar space is. And so this will be the first stream that comes. And this is just one thing. We have many other investments that I can get into in a second. But this podcast really is could bring so much help to the entire space, the bigger that we get, which, by the way, we just launched our giveaway, and we are giving away $500 per episode, 3 episodes a week for 2 months. That's 24 episodes. You got to follow those AMAs. You got to follow WinMint Podcast, and WinMint Podcast and those AMAs. They each have a Twitter. They each have an Instagram. You got to follow all 4. And this first giveaway, we didn't put in those AMAs. We missed that. And so you don't have to be following those AMAs for this first giveaway, which will be announced the winner on tomorrow night's episode. And so
actually tonight's episode.
Sorry, tonight's episode.
That's tonight's episode. And guys, just so you know, you have to listen. People have to listen to the show to see how to enter to win and to see if you won. Okay, because the goal here is for people that listen to the show, we want to reward them. So, and these may change. The requirements may change a little bit, between episodes. So definitely pay attention to those requirements, and you are in the running to get that. And this is $500 in ADA. So whatever it calculates out to, I will say in the episode right now, the price of ADA is, XYZ, and that calculates to, this much. This is how much this winner is receiving in ADA.
That's right. That's right. And so for like this show, one person will win 500, but next show, maybe 2 people will win 250. The next show, maybe 5 people will win 100, or maybe 10 people will win 50. So it will be 1, 2, 5, or 10. You never know what it's going to be. And then once the podcast website comes out, this is where you will fill out your form. This is where there will be a winner's circle page, a newsletter. These are super dope websites. And then the winners will be announced on the website. So you will have to check the podcast website to see if you won. Now, can you imagine if we get, say we get 50,000 followers? Okay, which guys, that seems crazy, but we're giving away $500 an episode here. It's not that crazy. And once we reach that level, and then so 50,000 people are going to be checking the website 3 times a week to see if they won. That's 600,000 views a month. Now, new projects coming out are going to see, holy shit, look at that. And what do you think that does? That will only make the banner space more valuable. And remember, now we're not trying to rape anybody here by any means, but we are aiming to be the go-to. Win Mint podcast is going to be the go-to calendars in this whole space. And with my backing, and with our whole team, with Quisha Cobain, with Lopez, with Ken behind the mic, with Fatih running the Discord, if we just continue the direction that we're going, this is the reality, and we're going to get there, and we're going to be able to help so many people along the way, launch projects, and help to teach and interview people that are totally amazing, like Danielle Weber. We just interviewed. I mean, amazing girl. She is an artist, which we actually have commissioned her to paint a piece of art for us, which we will tell you what we're going to do with that later. So we're going to be getting a piece of art from her, and then I picked up some other pieces as well for presents for family members. But that's the first stream, and that's coming real quick here.
Well, Lucas, you guys are going to get success because you demand success. I think you're incredibly charismatic, and I think people take to you. And the more that you speak, and the more I think the podcast is a great idea, because the more people get the chance to listen to you, the more they're going to buy into you and the team, because you're infectious. You bring people in. It's been a pleasure listening to you tonight. We've got 5 minutes left or so before I need to cut off.
So let me take those quick 5 minutes, and we have many more investments. Okay, we also have we got into the Mooney Monkeys. All right, Mooney Monkeys are building their own casino. Our dev Ryuk, if you guys want to look him up, he's well respected in the NFT space, mostly in Ethereum and Solana. His moral compass is super straight, and projects pay him to consult. He is a tokenomics expert. He has launched. He hasn't launched. He has worked for so many projects that came out with some super technical tokenomics. So anyway, Mooney Monkeys, he's the dev there. 24 Mooning Monkeys burns down to 1 Eternal Yeti. Their lowest projections are 500,000 per year. We have, I think we have 44 or 45 Mooning Monkeys in the community wallet. I put in there 28. Our community has provided the other 10 or 12 so far. 80% of that will go to the holders. We also have many metaverse lands. We have a huge Pavia estate. Beach property, portal properties around the map, and that's Pavio. Then we got the Boss Cat Rock Club. These guys, Blue Magic, I've never spoken to him, but these guys have built something crazy. They have a wild following, and good job to him. He's doing awesome. So, they say if you own an estate, you get a percentage of the casino. So we have 2 estates in the community wallet. We also have VR. I was an early investor in Victoria VR. And so we have tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 3s, and tier 4s. We've got 40 pieces of property in Victoria VR. And if you haven't heard of that, everybody should take a look. It is just go ahead and have a look, victoriavr.com. So we got that. We're going to be building there. I'm not going to say what we're building, but some of the team already knows. And then we also have the rug pool wallets. We have ruggpull.sol.eth, and then we got $ruggpull. If you get rug pooled, you can send one of your rug pool NFTs to our wallets and send that transaction to FA, the admin in the Discord, and then swoop up a Tama off the floor, send that transaction to FA in the Discord, and then you will be given a rug pool victim role. And every week we spin 10% of the volume that comes in from rug pool victims will be given away once a week. Now, once you get that role, you keep that role until you win. So if you're lucky, you're going to win right away. If not, you're going to win in the end. But everybody that comes in with the rug pool will eventually win. We've done it 4 times. It's like 65 ADA, 50, 52, and 50 so far. So that's the rug pool. We're also giving away $20 every other day in the Discord to verified holders. You click a reaction and the Discord tells us who wins. And so we're doing that. Fatih, Machinist, anything else in there that I'm just spacing out on?
Well, I was going to mention about rock pools, but you already explained that.
Yep, we have the podcast and its related website and calendar is 20%, 100% of profits from, well, and actually in all the 12 calendars, eventually when those all get built out, 100% of the profits from one of those calendars is also going to holders, whichever one's the best. That's what we said in your interview. That's what we're doing. You hit Mooning Monkeys. We have the 3 different metaverse lands. We have the Delta 8 play. Did you touch on that?
The Delta 8. We got that coming. And, and so, pictures will be sent for that. And all this stuff, now that is LLC, contracts will begin to come in. It's all contracted percentages. It's not just me talking. This will all be legitimately, this business is tied to this business, and this has to give this much. The investments are different, but the real life businesses will be a contracted percent. When Mint, we'll have a contract that says this LLC needs to pay this S Corp this much money, and then that goes straight into the holders' pockets. So we have that. And then we also just brought on, I don't know if anyone's been in the spaces, but Angie, she is big into Twitter spaces. She has a lot of friends. She was recently just brought onto the team, and she is going to be helping us do all of our Twitter spaces. I'm realizing now that, and I apologize to the holders that I didn't get into Twitter spaces earlier. I just got a lot going on. I realized it's super important. So now we will be going into there a couple times a week and kicking that up. And I'm still hiring a couple other people for the social marketing side. There's so much stuff, I can't do it all. And so, we're looking for a couple other people to hire to bring on the team for that. But we've got a lot going, and we will continue adding to these community wallets. We will also go in after this, and we will talk about how we can lay it out with this multi-sig, just as you're doing, Mango, because that is really cool.
Yeah, we'll catch up afterwards for sure. We'll talk about that. But one of the biggest, it's not a cliche, but one of the things that people talk about most in this space is invest in teams. That's the things, but invest in teams. And I think the more that you get out there and the people listening, because it's crazy what you're talking. It's from a listener taking this in for the first time. There's just so many ideas coming out, but you've backed that up with all the businesses you've got. You're fluent with it. It's just ideas, and that Discord yard it's got to be some real fun place to be. So I recommend people drop by and keep an eye on you guys, because you're pushing the boundaries.
And actually, if I could, just real quick, Louis, I'm sorry, but just if I could, Mango, just to let you know, like you said, investing in teams. While you guys were talking, I swept a rat's tail off the floor. It is now the newest addition to our community wallet. And it's, you guys, and it's some sick art, man. This thing is really I kind of wanted to keep it for myself, but I couldn't help it. I sent it to the community wallet. But just so everyone knows, if you go to When Mint buy those AMAs, it's on every streaming platform, okay? Whether it be Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn. I mean, we are on every major platform, and some of the ones that aren't major too, just to make sure you don't miss us. There are interviews on there with Louis. All right, there's one that's really long that goes over his history and everything. It's about an hour and a half. And then another one that's a little shorter that just hits all these investments in detail. So if anyone's interested in really learning about this and wants to jump in, you know, go give those a listen. And, you know, that way you can do it on your own time. You can replay things. And really, you know, we encourage doing good research. Absolutely.
Right,
it's
right.
super important.
Sure.
And this is an investment where a lot of people in the space, like you said, Mango, have this short attention span. Everyone wants a quick flip. Everyone's just wants the 10x. You know, like it goes along with the pillar of education. You know, true investing is having your money make money for you in the long run. And that is what those AMAs wants to do and will do.
It's not only that though, but you know, people we've got short attention spans. But another thing that we want entertainment, and you guys are bringing the entertainment to the space. I know. I'm a fan. I'm telling you, and I appreciate you picking up a rat now as well. You're gonna have to join in. You know, come in because now you're members. You can put proposals in.
A couple more of those. We'll get a couple
yeah,
more
I'm getting
too.
One for me too.
And so everybody can look. The community wallet is $2Mars, TOMARS, $TOMARS. And then I know we're running short on time. So Mango, remember, we're giving away 200 ADA to somebody who has that profile picture. And then we're also giving away 2 NFTs sponsored by Randall. Fatih, was Randall giving away both or one?
Randall giving only one.
Oh, who's the other person?
You.
Okay. Okay, I am. Okay, so, so we got 3 winners. We got 3 winners. And MangoBush, please go ahead and say them. I will write them down. So let's go drum roll.
Right, let's go.
So before let's go first. Let's do the first 2 NFTs. Who's winning the NFTs?
Right, you can see on the screen now. I can't see the names behind those things, so I can select one now. I'm going to scroll down. Whoop, I'm not going to look. I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to pick one that I can see without looking. Oops. Try not to see the names. Then we'll go for this one. Where am I going? There's the first one. Who's this? I think it was Cardano. Cardano Train was the first one I got there.
Okay, Cardano Train.
Yeah.
Cardano Train. Okay, so you just won those AMAs NFTs. So if you could, we'll go ahead and give this one to Randall. Randall, do you want to reach out to Cardano Train and send him the winner? Or you can send it to me and I can do it, whatever you think is the best. Okay, so that's Cardano Train. Make sure, Cardano Train, just to be sure, will you just send me a friend request just so I can make sure? And then we got, all right, next one up, Mango, for the next, those AMAs.
Right, let's
go. Who is it?
Well, bear with me. Hey, I've lost my mouse. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when you're working from 2 screens and your mouse disappears? I got that going on right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I lose it sometimes.
Right. Okay. And we're gonna go with this guy here, Bacchus.
Bacchus.
Do we know Bacchus?
Oh yeah, Bacchus. All right, Bacchus is a winner of the other one of those AMAs. And now we got the grand prize giveaway of 200 ADA. And who is going to be the winner of that?
All right, let's do this. Here we got this. Who's this one? Whoa. There we go. Totally Remote.
Totally Remote. The winner of TOTALLY_remote is the winner of the 200 ADA grand prize winner. Thank you for being here, Totally Remote. That is awesome. So everybody that has won, please send me a friend request. That will be Louis pound 6116. If that's not 6116, it's not me. Louis pound 6116. Send me a friend request, and I will make sure you get your NFTs as well as your 200 ADA. And Mango, I want to thank you so much for having us on here. It was a pleasure. I'm glad that I got to take the time to explain it out a little bit more for you.
Hear me out. I'm interested in your journey. Come back in 6 weeks' time and update us with your progress on 2 months. Let's keep in touch because you're fun guys to have on. You put a lot of effort into the community. You've brought a lot of value to the CNFT tools community tonight with the prizes. So come back in a couple of months and tell us where you are. We'd love to hear the progress. And I'm a fan now. I'm gonna be in your Discord, keeping up with you guys because you're bringing fresh ideas, and I appreciate you.
Hey man, thank you so much.
Hell
Go ahead,
yeah.
Machinist.
No,
Yeah,
that's
hell
awesome.
yeah, hell
Thank you so much. Hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta get a better catchphrase.
And you know what? I think it would be awesome if we could come back at the end of May after that first revenue stream hits. That would be awesome. And then we'll see where we're at then. It will be really cool. And so I would definitely look forward to that. And I want to thank everybody else for taking the time to be in here, and Machinist and Quisha and Fatih and everybody else on team. Quisha, is there any last things you want to say?
Dun, dun.
I think she.
Maybe we lost her.
I would like to thank you for the CNFT tools, and our host was too kind and asking nice questions and understand our project, and I would also thank you for his time.
No, you're more than welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mango. It really is awesome, and we appreciate you taking the time to research us out and take the risk of bringing us on here. I know you're trying to do the same thing we are, and you just never know who's behind this stuff, and so I appreciate you looking a little bit deeper and accepting us into this interview. It really it means a lot, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for sure.
You're more than welcome. All the best to you guys. Look forward to catching up soon.
Hey,
and if you'd ever like to come on 1 Mint by those AMAs, just reach out to me and let me know. We'd be thrilled and honored to have you.
For sure, man. For sure, man. We'll get the Rat Style crew on there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's what we gotta do. Sign up, hit that Google thing, and fill it out. Let's get you on there.
We'll do it, brother. Right.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you,
it.
Mango. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks everyone for turning up. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.